All right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of Just About Boxing Jab University, brought to you by iBuild Texas. Check out our sister podcast, Jimmy's World. Both shows are available on all podcast platforms. Today's guest is none other than national champion Moises Rodriguez. Moises, how you doing?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm always good, man. Had a pretty successful year this year, didn't you?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can say that.
came out, won national championship in good fashion. You beat a fighter who I hold in high regard, Nino McCallum. You pretty much own that division this year. And it was a different weight class for you. Fought around what, 90 pounds?
Yes, 90 pounds.
Yeah, because I just remember you and Terry weighing like 4 pounds or something like that back in the day. You
Yeah.
guys started very young. So how old are you, Moy?
14 years old?
You're 14 years old, and would you go to high school next year?
Yes.
Going to high school next year. You looking forward to it?
Man, I want to be homeschooled so I can train more, but
Oh wow, yeah, man. I know a lot of kids like that. Ari Carrasco out of Las Cruces, she's homeschooled.
oh yeah.
Yeah. It gets to the point. I think next in December you become a junior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when she makes the national team, it'll probably be more convincing for your parents to homeschool you because you got to go to weight camp and you got to go to weight international competition. I think that's what prompted her decision. So it might be you got to make the national team and homeschool it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. So when did you start boxing, Moy?
I started around 8 years old to 7. Well, I started at 7, but then my first fight when I turned 8 was my first fight at 8.
Yeah. And I think you're trained by one of the most underrated trainers out there. I think Tommy Galindo just has the Midas touch. Everything that man touches turns to gold. Lately, man, he works you guys pretty hard.
Yeah, he works as hard, man. He's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a real good coach, man. I love him to death, man. He's one of the best out there. So you've been boxing since you're 7, fighting at 8. You're 14 now. You got some experience under your belt. About how many fights you got now?
Like close to 100. I can't really keep counting.
Yeah. You hustling now. You're getting them all out there, and so you got all these fights now. How many national titles? You got more than one. You've been around a while, man.
I got 4.
You got 4 national titles, man. You the man. You the man. You the man. And you're always in stacked divisions. I always look at your brackets: 36 boxers, 28 boxers. You're fighting 4 or 5 days in a row. How is that preparing to make weight for 4 days, 5 days in a row, fight 4 days, 5 days in a row? Is it a lot different from getting ready for, say, a local competition?
For sure, man. You just have to keep practicing, every day I wear my sauna suit. That helps me lose weight. And day after day, I just keep going.
Keep going. Are you on a special diet, Moy, or you
not
just
right now, but
metabolism does it.
When I fight, I just train a lot, but eat healthy.
Eat healthy. All right. No hot Cheetos, no Takis.
No, sir.
That's your friend Terry's problem. He likes Takis a lot, man. He likes Takis a whole lot. So you've got all these fights, got all these years of experience. Is there a fight out there that you remember that, man, this fight is hard?
It was a local fight. I lost it. I can't believe I did, man, but it was a good fight. His name is Angel Vargas. They call him Machine, and it was a hell of a fight.
All right, man. Shout out to your opponent, Angel Vargas. You want the rematch?
Yeah, but he's dodging me. He's at a low weight right now. I don't know why.
Oh man, you gotta get skinny, man.
Nah, I don't think so.
Is there a fight of yours where you got in the ring and everything was clicking? Like whatever your coaches said, it just happened, or you happened before they said it. Like the most memorable favorite fight you have?
Probably one of my beginning fights. It was local too. Probably when I was starting off, because I would listen to my coach Tommy. Like everything he said, I would do it because I wasn't that good back then. So he helped me a lot. Yeah,
and he got that. He has vision, man. He can see what's happening before it happens. Yeah. I sit there and I listen. I steal a lot of his stuff. Don't tell him. I watch him and I use a lot of his stuff. You know what I mean? And is there a tournament to you that's just most important? I know there's Eastern. You fought the Eastern or the Western or both?
I think I don't remember. I think it was both though.
And the JOs and national
Yeah.
championships. Out of all those, what's your favorite tournament to go to?
Uh, Probably the Western one. I don't know
Yes,
why.
it's always closer.
It's closer.
Yeah, you don't have to
Less
travel so
money.
much. Yeah, less
Yeah.
money. You got to travel so much, man. You get home faster. There's a lot of people who see, oh man, like my wife, man, y'all get to go on these vacations. Do you know what goes on in the tournament? We're up at 5 in the morning
Yeah, it's not
every
a
morning.
vacation, man.
It's not a vacation at all. And then you sit around and wait till it's your time to fight. And then if you're in the evening session, you wait all day to fight. Then you got to go cut weight again. Then you got to wake up early and weigh in again. It's
Yeah,
not a
it's a lot of
vacation.
hard work. It's a
Yeah,
lot of hard work.
it's a whole lot of hard work, you know. Um, and so you won national championships, and next year you make that jump to junior.
The junior. Yes.
What are you expecting next year at junior? Is there some guys at junior you're already looking at, or you're just like, I got it no
Well,
matter what it is?
the last nationals that happened, my dad, he didn't come with me, but he was looking at the junior bracket. And he was telling me I just have to get ready since I'm gonna be on the lower side and a little bit on the lower weight. But I'm gonna pull it through. You know, I'm gonna try my hardest, and hopefully I get the victory.
All right. And the benefits of being a junior is now that for the last 5 years, USA has had it added a youth team, which is 17, 18, and a junior national team, which is like 15, 16. And it used to be didn't be that way where you could go international so early. Are you looking forward to fighting international competition?
Of course, I can't believe it, but I've never been out of the country. So
Really? Oh
yeah,
man.
I've never been out of the country. Yeah. So
With yeah, man. With your set of skills, you should just go ahead and get your passport now. You're gonna be all over the world. I'm telling you that right now. You're that
hopefully.
good, kid. And so there's most kids that get into boxing because they were bullied or their dad boxed. Or what made you go boxing?
It was actually my grandpa, my dad's dad. He told my dad about a gym, and then I just went because I played soccer. I was just a skinny, athletic kid. So then when I went into boxing, I was just a natural at it.
All right, just natural talent. And what is the end goal with boxing? Is it the Olympics? Is it the pros? Is it I'm just gonna box until it's time to go to college and then start my adult life? What is it?
No, man, I wouldn't be doing all this just to say, nah, I'm quitting. And I really want to go like professional and do good, try to become a champ.
Try to become a champ. Man, that's good. I think you got it. I think you got the right mindset for it. Are there are there some professional boxers you like to watch out there that either you learn something from or you just like sitting there watching them?
Uh, Canelo, he's pretty good, man. He teaches a lot. Also, Keyshawn Davis, he
Yeah,
used
I
to
like
fight
Keyshawn.
amateur. He's good. Um, Keyshawn Davis. There's a lot of good fighters, man. Even when they're not that popular, there's a lot of good fighters.
Yeah, a boxing has a lot of talent out there. Sometimes a lot of them don't get the credit they deserve. I know recently you popped up on Instagram and stuff like that. You're getting the hang of it. You're posting
Yeah,
more and more now. Have you kind of noticed that it helps your popularity to be on social media?
yeah, it helps. That's what I've been learning because my dad told me a lot. It's not like you don't have to be on social media to be popular. You just have to like kick kids' butt in the fight. But then it's same ways.
Yeah, you gotta, because what I noticed, if you notice now, there's non-boxing people making millions of
Oh
dollars
yeah.
in boxing because of social media. What are the YouTubers, the Paul boys and they're making millions of dollars, and they're not really all that good. They really, I don't know if they take it serious because I don't know them, but social media got them there. And do you think you could learn something from them? Maybe just how to market yourself.
Of course, there's a lot of good fighters, but since the Jake Paul brothers or the Paul brothers, they're not even that good. They haven't been trained as long as some other fighters have. They don't have as much dedication. It's just that they do all that YouTube stuff. They just put themselves out there.
Yeah, they put themselves out there. People know who they are. They can get butts in the seats. They get non-boxing fans to want to watch boxing, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, boxing doesn't have as many fans as it used to. So if you were the man in charge of all the boxing in all the world and you needed to get boxing back popular again, what would you do?
I would probably, I think like each fighter, they should have like someone behind them, like making them put themselves out there, cause like to promote themselves like a promoter. And some boxers they do have them, but some promoters they don't just do as much as others.
Yeah, some people don't like to work. And so we talked about pro fighters. Are there any amateur fighters you watch or look up to?
Uh, Keyshawn Davis. Well, he's already pro. But K-Dot's pretty good, man. He's just on the smaller side, but he's good, man. I think if he was like bigger, he would be really good. K-Dot, Andy, also Shakursky. Well, Shakursky is dirty pro. Yeah, just those people.
Yeah, like, and Andy's really good, man. Andy's really, really good. I was hoping to get him on here today. Maybe I can get him on a little later. And he's in the gym with you, so you get to see him up close and personal. And he's on the youth team now, right?
Yes.
He's on a youth team now, so you're gonna get the inside track of what camp is really like. And so you watch K Dot, you watch Andy, of course, you watch Keyshawn and those guys. What have you learned from watching these guys?
Um, just hard work, dedication, keeping your mind to it, keeping your head right, and just trying your best, honestly, man, because they're all really good, and they put themselves out there, so they teach you a lot.
Yeah, and say you're from Chicago area, but you grew up and raised in El Paso, and a few years ago El Paso wasn't all that hot boxing wise. Then all of a sudden El Paso got hot.
Yeah.
You, K Dot, Kayla, even my son won a national championship. Like Ivy Enriquez is out there all the time. What what do you think made that happen?
Probably the coaches, honestly, the coaches, and just the parents too, man, putting them out there and telling them the box, because there's a lot of people who have talent, but they just waste it, and since they're so good, that's how they made a Paso a little
Yeah,
bit more
you had
boxing.
and a word on the street, George Tovar is about to turn pro or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that. I like watching Tovar. I like watching Victor Aranda. I think they're both gonna be great pros. I think they're gonna kill it. They can punch, they can box, they're mean. You got a little mean streak too. Is that natural?
Yeah, kind of, so, man, a little bit, but sometimes you just gotta, it's a fight.
Yeah, it is a fight, man. Yeah, and you got a mean streak. Always, me and other coaches like, man, you see a kid Moy, man, he's mean. Yeah, a lot of coaches like watching you, man. Like, man, I wish my kid would get mean like Moy, man. Um, so what do you got coming up next for you? I know there's was it tournament in July, maybe.
State.
You guys got a state tournament coming up.
Yeah, for
All right.
in July, the one in Lubbock. Well, that one's not state, but it's just
Yeah,
another national tournament, but
it's
it's
a
open.
national, it's open
Yeah.
this year because of COVID up. It's National Junior Olympics. They've added some other things to it. So it's the JOs, but it's also called the Summer Festival.
Oh
So
yeah.
I expect it to be pretty good. It's going to be a lot of people there. Um, are you still going to fight 90 pounds?
No, I'm moving up to 95 for July.
For July. Is that a permanent move or is that just a July move?
Well, What do you mean by my permanent move?
Like, are you going to be fighting 95 and up for now, or you just ask the summer I'm gonna fight a weight class up and then go back down one? Or
Oh no, I'm trying to stick around 95. Because for when I move to December, I'm gonna have to go 101 for junior. So I'm just
oh,
gonna
okay,
try
yeah.
to
Oh, so yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. There's a requirement for you
yeah.
to be right there at that weight. Because I think they have 95 pounders on the national team, but I don't think you can fight internationally. And then you got to
No,
fight
yeah,
one
you
on
can.
one. All right, look who we got here. We got Andy. Turn your mic on, Andy. Yeah, come on, Andy. What is he doing?
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Welcome,
Oh.
Andy Pettis, another national champion, teammate of Moy. Me and Moy been talking for a while, man. Where you at? Where you
Oh,
been?
My connection wasn't that good over here.
Yeah, I see that palm tree in the back. What, you on vacation, dog?
Yeah, I'm in Hawaii.
You're where?
Hawaii?
Oh, that hey, must be nice, right, man?
Yeah.
So like me and Moy were talking. We covered a lot of what he's been going through as an amateur fighter. So Andy, tell everybody how old you are.
18?
18 years old, grown man now. You're in the youth division, fighting what weight?
101?
101. Andy is not a very small 101. He's tall, he's got big upper body and no legs whatsoever. Andy has very skinny legs. All right. And Andy, how long you been boxing, man?
I've been boxing since I was 8, and then I started competing when I was 11.
And you've been training with Tommy Galindo and your dad, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Moy, Tommy's got the Midas touch, man. You guys are killing it right now. Moy says he works out real hard. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So I was asking Moy a couple things about his hardest fight, and he remembers his hardest fight. Of course, I remember my hardest fight back in the day. Do you happen to remember the hardest fight you've had so far?
Yes. Remember Superman from Midland?
Oh, from Odessa, yeah.
I fought him twice. Gosh, he was. I don't know if it was his weight or I don't know, but every time I'd fight him, his punches were like huge and they were just hard. So it was pretty hard for me to like adjust with them in the fight.
Yeah. Superman trained by Augustine Tapia from Odessa, Texas. They haven't been boxing lately, have they? I haven't seen him.
He just fought in Golden Gloves.
Oh, he just fought in Golden Gloves?
Yeah, but he had lost.
Okay. Yeah, and that's something I want to talk to you about. State Golden Gloves. It up and prior to the year that Tovar and Victor Aranda won it, we hadn't had a Golden Gloves. Well, you guys, I'm not in El Paso anymore, hadn't had a Golden Gloves champion in 11 years. And then this year, you and Cesar Alvarado came and won it, but you didn't represent El Paso, did you?
No, we represented Lubbock.
You had to represent Lubbock. Why is that?
Well, I guess because our LBC wasn't that big of a team, so we had to represent Lubbock.
So did you go compete in Lubbock first to win their Golden Gloves, or you just went like, hey, we're here?
No, well, in Minden, they had a fight, but there was no one for me, so I automatically just went to Golden Gloves.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you won the state Golden Gloves. So next stop for you is the National Golden Gloves in
Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. And that is in June?
It's in August.
It's in Golden Gloves is man, that's a weird year because Golden Gloves are normally done by June.
Yeah.
And so you got a tournament coming up here July. You're part of the summer festival because the youth aren't really part of the JOs. And then you turn right back around. You got Golden Gloves. Are you going to be able to go? Because I think you guys have a camp, a national team camp, sometime around there, don't you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea. And have you graduated high school yet?
I'm about to in June 15th.
June 15th. Congratulations. A lot. I know it's graduation season.
Yeah.
What high school you graduating from?
Hanks High School.
Hanks High School. And you aren't like Moy was a soccer player. What do you do? What are your other sports?
Um, my other sports were track and cross country.
Track and cross country. Is it one of those things where I'm gonna run track and cross country so I can tell my coach I ran, or just run track and cross country for fun?
I just do it for the conditions. So like, there's different workouts in track. Sometimes we do long. Sometimes we do sprints. So like, it works out for boxing.
Oh, okay, so it was an ulterior motive behind joining
Yeah.
track and cross country. Okay, it wasn't just for I like running, even though nobody's chasing me. All right, so is there a particular fighter or style of fighter you like to watch?
Have I have I have three. So it's Loma, Caleb Plant, and Canelo.
All right, so you like angles, and creative
Yeah.
counter punching. All right, and so you get to watch Moy train on a daily basis.
Hmm.
Is there something that Moy does in particular that you like to see? Because I know he says he watches you and he watches Dot, but is there something like you see out of Moy that you really like? You ever steal any of his moves?
I just say that his technique is like it's just right, like perfect, and like I just try to copy a little bit of his little movements, just to try a little learn out of him.
That's
But
cool. The younger generation kind of influencing the older generation. I like that.
yeah,
I learn from everybody. Like I was telling Moy, I steal from y'all's coach all the time. Um, I really do. I think good coaches are great thieves. I have my own experiences, but I really like to watch other coaches how they do their thing, especially successful ones. And right now, you got a very successful coach, and I like to watch what he does. Um, so what's next for you, Andy? As far as are you an elite next year, or are you still you got one more year at youth?
in December I'll be elite.
You'll be elite.
Yeah.
And that's when the big stuff happens: the World Championships, the Pan Am Games, um, the other tournaments, the small one, the Ken Golf in Canada, the Cheo Ponte down in Puerto Rico. You've never had an international competition,
Mm-mm.
so have you watch international boxing?
Yeah.
Um, have you noticed the difference between what you see domestically versus what you may see once you get overseas and start fighting these international guys?
They're just a lot quicker and a lot more counter punching,
There's
like
a lot
Olympics.
of Olympic style. Now, what is the end goal for you? Are you going to be a pro, or are you going to the Olympics? Or are you, hey, I'm done boxing now? Like,
I want to go to the Olympic first and then work my way up to pro.
all right. And I seen this conversation happen on social media the other day, and both of you can answer this one. One of these coaches out there said, and I kind of agree with them, amateur boxing kind in pro boxing have become such different sports. Like just because you're a great amateur boxer, you can turn out to be not so great of a pro, or you can be one of
Oh,
these mediocre amateur boxers and turn out to be a really, really good pro because the programs are so different. Do you guys agree? You got an opinion on that?
I kind of agree because amateur is a lot more different than pro.
And
It's just
how is it different?
it's just like you're fighting people from all over the world, and it's just more dangerous than amateur.
Okay.
So yeah,
And what about you, Moy? What do you think about that?
There's a lot of good amateur fighters out there, like that win a bunch of nationals, but their style won't take them like as far in the pro, like also we have a mask, and in the professional you don't. So you can't do all that little pity patty, you know. Like some people have power, some people don't, and then the professional, it's way different.
Yeah, it's way different. So it seems like just because you're a great amateur doesn't mean you're going to translate into this fantastic pro. There's a transition period, or you've got to learn how to fight in the pros. I think both of you guys, as good as you are in the amateurs, I think you guys have professional type styles because your coach works with pros, or he was in the corner of Chop Corley and guys like that. So I think you guys are well on your way. I don't want to hold you up from your vacation, Andy, and I know Moises got to go do the two-step or the waltz for quinceañera here. But before we go, Andy, is there a way anybody can reach you on social media to follow you and watch your progress?
You can follow me on Instagram, underscore XX Andy with a double Y and another underscore.
All right, Andy double Y and another underscore. And Moises, how do they follow you on social media?
On Instagram, my name is Moises, Moises underscore Rodriguez, Rodriguez.
All right, so now we got both of you. Hopefully this gets out there and you get a lot more fans and you get a lot going. Moy, go dance, and Andy, enjoy your fun in the sun. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us.
All
All right,
right,
see you later, Terry.
All right, later.